on Wurundjeri and Woi Wurrung traditional land for the CCM National Women's Tournament 2023, Game 12. I am Carl Brewer, and joining me again for this game tonight is none other than Britt Jackson, who is having a great time here, helping us out with her first go at commentary and doing an excellent job too. Thank you very much, Britt, for being part of the team tonight. I hope you're having fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been very helpful, I can tell you that much for free. Our game tonight is the 12th game of the program. There is 3 more to go after this tonight, so it's going to be a reasonably late night, but not as late as Friday night. So it is between the Melbourne Furies in the blue with the gold sleeves and the Melbourne Reds in the red. That one's a pretty easy one. It's going to be an interesting tussle, actually. The Furies lost their first 2 games with what could politely be described as a bit of a thumping. They went down 7-2 to the Central Coast Stingrays and then 7-1 to the iceHQ. But they then won 3-4, beat the Galahs 4-3 this morning in a bit of a boil over, which I think the Galahs were certainly not expecting after the earlier game. And it was all Sarah Edmonds. Sarah Edmonds has been absolutely the scoring player who has made the difference to the Furies. But to their credit too, Furies did a very good job of owning the space in front of the net and denying an awful lot of opportunities that the Galahs managed to get. And I think it was something like 40 shots in the end that the Galahs got, but none of them managed to get through, or at least not enough. They only got 3 past. The Reds, by comparison, well, they started off pretty well. They beat the Galahs 4-1, and then they lost to Adelaide 2-1, but then they won against the West Australian Quokkas this morning 2-0. So a pretty good game for them. So that was this morning, wasn't it? I think I'll get that right eventually. So this is going to be an interesting tussle. I'm looking forward to, I think with this one, Britt, seeing the Reds will know that they have to contain Sarah Edmonds. Alita Jackwitz too, also a bit of a danger player for the Furies. But the big threat is Edmonds. When she gets the puck, she's pretty good at moving. She's also got a very effective forecheck. She's good at stealing the puck. So if the Reds get cute with it in their defensive zone when Edmonds is on the ice, they will pay for that. She will absolutely punish them for it if they give her the chance. But I'd be looking to see, my prediction here would be that every time Edmonds is on the ice for the Furies, I think we will see Neve Gallagher get on the ice for the Reds and try and nullify her and take her out of the game. She certainly has history of doing that, and she's very effective at it. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know, it's going to be an interesting one. I don't know who to pick with this. But earlier you would have said Reds without a doubt, but Edmonds pretty dangerous. Jackwitz is no slouch. An interesting game.
Yeah, definitely, especially coming off a natural hat-trick +1.
Yeah. Edmonds is absolutely the danger player for the Furies. We're underway.
And the Reds win the face-off. Ty Frost tipping it in over to Dexons, that is. To Gallagher. Shoots it in right into the high slot position, but it's taken away by the Furies at the boards. Guruji on it at the moment for the Furies. And it's kept in by Gallagher for the Reds.
Gallagher wisely. She was being a little bit pressured there by Marie Stella, but she just dumped the puck back in the corner, forced the Furies to have to turn around. Notice the Furies are keeping the powder dry. They're not getting Edmonds on the ice straight away. Perhaps trying to take the Reds by surprise when they do.
Yeah, and stolen away by Cash, and the Reds have gained possession. Tipping it over behind the boards. Dexons are back on the puck in that same spot. Cashin and the Furies struggle, but they've got possession now in the neutral zone, and it's just tipped away by Deskins for the Furies.
Nice little chip move there by Debbie Bowles. Gets past Bron Cashin and chips the puck deep in the corner. Hasn't got much in the way of support.
And the Reds have possession, just cruising down through the neutral zone with it. Goes for a little shot on net, but it's blocked just at the side there by
Gallagher, as she's skating in, she looked almost leisurely on that skate around the outside, like she wasn't putting in a lot of effort. I think she's looking to that matchup and doesn't want to waste any energy.
Yep.
So she'll be keeping a very close eye. And again, this is just a guess. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but I'd be expecting that she'll be watching out for Edmonds and trying to keep herself fresh so that when that happens, it is late in the program for these teams, and everyone's pretty tired. There's another player that's been quite a surprise package, and that's Jess Meggs for the Reds. She's only started playing hockey fairly recently as an adult beginner, only a couple of seasons or so ago, and here she is matching it with, could be described as the big girls, and she's doing a pretty good job of it. So Jess Meggs has been a bit of a surprise package in this game, for this Reds team, and she's done very well.
Gallagher with the puck, running it up the ice. And
Oh,
just
Jackwitz
takes a
runs into a
fall.
hip. That's Brian Johnson saying, no, Jackwitz, you're not getting past me. And just sticks a hip out.
And cruising down now, we've got Leach looking for a shot on the goal. Just gently, and makes it in just over the shoulder of Nima.
And that's where Leach is so dangerous. She's got a good close shot up close. She hasn't been really effective yet, but that's the first time she's really been able to use that shot and get the run in the net. She gets that space in front of the slot. She's very good at converting that into points, and she's shown us there why it's so dangerous to give her room. But look who's on the ice now for the Furies. It's Edmonds.
And the Reds have opened the scoring for the game. Trying to keep it in the zone, but the pass was just a little bit too strong, and it's gone back into the Furies' offensive zone.
No icing there, the call. Kia van der Kleet now carries the puck down into the corner, looks for the pass across into the slot, trying to find Newell.
Good contest for the puck there.
Everybody fall down.
If you're going down, I guess I'm taking you down with me.
Absolutely. Different. It's been a refereeing change too, so we're going to see a slightly different style of adjudication on contact and so forth. The referee now, Craig Armstrong-Frey.
Edmonds with the puck. This is dangerous.
Oh, through everyone, Edmonds.
The Reds.
That's what she's good at.
Running it up. Oh, a little.
Johnson with a nice poke check manages to clear it out. Just deny that opportunity, but straight away you can see the danger when she gets on the ice.
Quezada for the Reds going in.
Look who's come on for the Reds now. Gallagher on the ice. She's seen the threat and said, you know what? I'll take care of this one.
Yep, certainly. Furies tipping it out of the zone.
But I think we might also see, if she's smart about it, I suspect she will, every time Gallagher gets on, Edmonds might get off. So it's going to be an interesting match. And you see Gallagher just sort of skating up. She's got a fair bit of space, takes a shot from a distance.
Ooh, and gets her own rebound, but tips it a little bit high over the net. And the Furies hit it behind the net. Cashin right on the puck, goes for a shoot.
And a nice save there by Nima in net. Nima's had a lot of work to do. So of all of the players here who are going to be pretty tired, I think Nima will be the most tiredest, to make up my own word.
Some real full body saves this morning.
She's done a lot of work. There will be some bumps and bruises on her as well. She's had a tower of work to do. She's done pretty well. Certainly and an awful lot of saves on her. Sobel not able to keep the puck in there. The Furies clear the zone. Cashin looking for the connection, makes the connecting pass.
Loose stick on the ice for Villagers. And just...
Puck bobbling around the front of the slot, but it gets cleared out.
Villagers out of the zone. Right into the Reds Sobel. Reds still with possession. Finding some positioning, finding a pass, and just gets it to Cashin, who's running in deep.
Nice play there by Johnson. She came up with speed and just managed to deceive the defence there for the Furies, setting up Cashin for a nice move down deep into the corner. A beautiful play there by Bri Johnson.
Cashin tries to find a player in the high slot, but just gets tipped out by the Furies. Reds still in possession, though, in the neutral zone. And they're looking for a good play here. We've got Johnson just winding around, cruising just up to the net, and can't quite make contact. And
but
it's
guess who
tipped
can?
in by Leach.
Guess who's there? Simone Leach unmarked in the slot. And when you give her a puck like that, it's going in. It's absolutely good. You see this in the replay. She just parks herself in the spot, and no pressure on her at all. That's where the Furies need to get in her face. The way you defend against a player like Leach is get right in her face and lift your stick up off the ice. Never let her get that open space.
Yep,
so the Furies will need to be a bit more physical there.
She's very comfortable just playing it easy, cruising around.
She won't move around very much,
pucks.
but you've got to be a bit more physically assertive, or she will just bully you out of the way and score goals all night.
Yeah, and she's still staying there now. Tipped out of the area by Villagers, or Villegas. And we've got Leach running it up the ice again. Looks for the pass, passes it to Krulak. Krulak into the middle of the offensive zone.
There's Leach unmarked again in the slot.
And we've got another goal by Krulak.
Krulak this time, but you can see Leach again. Just watch this on the replay. You'll see almost exactly the same play. Leach gets herself straight through the Furies D, and no one's really going there to tie her up, so she's just there to pick up anything. And I'm not sure who actually finished that. We'll see it from the top-down video with a bit of luck.
Oh,
I'm not sure if Leach did finish that one or not. But
Leach might have gotten
I
just a
think
little
that
tap in.
might be another one there to Simone, and that's something the Furies have to stop. But here we go, the counter-attack by...
Bit of a hurdle there for
Edmonds. Finds Jackwitz.
And Beck Jennings picks it up and tries to swipe it out of the zone, but it's picked up by Megs.
Bit of a collision there in front of the slot between Bowles and Leach. No harm.
Edmonds hits it in, right up the boards. And she's going off for a change.
So it looks like you can see Gallagher looking at the bench, waiting to get on the ice, but not quite matching up when Edmonds get on the ice. So perhaps I may have made that all up, and it's not going to happen. But we'll see.
Krulak contesting the puck and manages to gain possession, going for a shot on goal, and a very good scoring opportunity there for Van der Vliet. And the Reds try to keep possession, but the Furies are just a bit too eager. Edmonds cruising around the back of the net, looking for a pass.
Gets past Leach's forecheck, looking for a passing lane, finds it.
Passes it straight to the stick of Renk.
That was a beautiful pass to Renk, but Renk not quite sure what to do with it when it arrived there. The pass was so good. It's like, what do I do now?
Expecting it.
Here's the thing, shoot it at the net or carry it up the ice, or pass it to someone. Just stand there.
And running down the ice now, we've got Gallagher for the Furies. Sorry, for the Reds. Newell. And a shot up for Van der Vliet. Looking for that pass.
Unmarked in that high slot position here, and she's now got space. Chong recognises the threat.
Spot.
Oh, nice save there with the blocker by Nemo. Pushes that one off to the side. It was a pretty decent shot on, made her work hard. Everyone having a bit of a lie down now. They're all pretty tired.
I can't imagine Nema's feeling too energetic right now.
I don't know how she's doing it.
And the Reds managed to still keep it in their zone. Some good positioning here. We've got Kozaida just flying loose around the front of the net. She might get a good scoring opportunity if she stays like that.
So no icing there, the call. The puck goes down and the Reds break it out. Another bit of a dynamo for the Furies is Sarah Darcy, who's playing quite effectively as well. She's got a lot of speed. Not the most experienced player here yet, but she's skating quite nicely and she's got some good speed. It's a bit of a difference maker for the Furies as well.
And passed by Stella over to Guruji, who just loses it. And Cashin tries to chip it back into the zone. Gallagher picking it up in her own zone for the Reds.
She's got plenty of time. Makes a good connecting pass, but just missed.
And it's not an icing. And then we've got a bit of a contest. Cashin just cruises by, picks it up. And she's going in. Oh, and just gets tripped under.
And we don't have a hand up there. We do have a hand up for a penalty.
Yeah, we're going to have a penalty here.
Yeah, and that's going to be a penalty on Debbie Bowles, who will do two for the trip. He's trying to keep up with Cashin, and Cashin just a little bit too quick for her. Got around the outside and was looking to cut back inside. And Deb Bowles doing what she could to try and deny the opportunity, but unfortunately, stick gets tangled up. Player comes down. 2 minutes in the corner. And this will give the Reds their first power play of the game. They're leaving Cashin on. Cashin's been doing a pretty good job in the face-offs. When they first started off at the start of this tournament, the Reds weren't getting much in the way of face-offs, but they've got Cashin playing wing in this occasion.
Krulak winning the face-off
Fires
there
it in.
for the Reds. Cashin
Misses everything.
Gallagher getting the puck and looking for a pass. Passes
Nice.
it to Quasida, who doesn't quite get enough on it to go
That
for a
was
shot.
just about a perfect pass there from Gallagher. Just Quasada not able to finish it. He'll get a second chance.
Gallagher again. Passes it over to Nelson.
Looking for the tip in there, Gallagher, but it went wide. No one able to get a stick on it, but a good setup here. They've got a fair bit of time.
Nelson,
The Reds just blow the puck out of the zone, so they'll all have to move back onto onside with 1 minute and 20 to go on the Debbie Bowles penalty.
Gallagher following it in. Goes for a shot, but it's too high over the net. A little bit of congestion over at the front of the net, but Nima's staying strong there, not allowing anything in. Nelson stumbles a little bit, passes it over, and picked up by Quasida, going around the back of the net. Krulak's there waiting for a pass, shoots it on, and doesn't quite make it through. And Edmonds tips it out of the zone.
Edmonds with a good clearance. It's put the puck all the way down the other end, and she's racing down there for it as well. Not 100% committed to the sprint, just cutting off the option. You can see how really what she's trying to do is just put a bit of pressure on and break up the counter-attack. And combined with Jackwitz coming out into the middle of the neutral zone. Ooh. Some athletic play there by Edwards, who manages to avoid everyone's feet. Does like to jump around. Figure skaters would be envious of that level of athleticism.
And Gorgie tries to hit it up, but it's intercepted by Lester. Lester bodies Villagers there.
And 5 seconds to go on the penalty. We'll be back to full strength for the Furies in just a second. And bad luck there for Debbie Bowles. She's going to get let out. There was a bit of a line call on whether or not the whistle blew before or after the penalty was over. And she's received the benefit of the doubt. Otherwise, what might have happened if the stoppage occurred before the end of the penalty, she'd be required to stay in until a puck drop. But allowed to get away with it.
Face-off won by the Furies, but Reds have managed to gain possession.
A good penalty kill by the Furies. They managed to keep the Reds out. They'd be pleased with that. Well, there is 12 shots on the net for the Furies. For the Reds, none so far for the Furies. We've had a couple of attacking enterprises by none other than Edmonds, who did get a couple of breakaways, but was ridden into the corner by the Reds' defence and not able to turn it into a scoring opportunity.
Reds with possession of the puck, and it's just taken back by the Furies, just at the boards and back over to the Reds.
Sarah McNabb doing a good job of just being a little bit physical there and tying up the space. And with just under 2 seconds now to play in the first period, that winds it up. So at the end of the first, the Reds 2 to the Furies. It has been pretty much all Reds, 12 shots to none. Some good goaltending by Nima has limited the damage. But 12 shots, some of them pretty good, and a few juicy rebounds that I think the Furies would be a little bit lucky that they got away with. The Reds doing a pretty good job. They do need to keep a close eye on Edmonds. We've seen just how dangerous she can be, and she did move particularly well on a number of occasions there and create some opportunities. And when she's on the ice at the same time as Jackwitz, those two can combine quite well. And if they can get a bit of a passing game going to break up some of the pressure, because the Reds will know, and they'll be watching. And pretty much as soon as they see Edwards get the puck, they're going to be swarming back into their defensive zone and basically just waiting for her. A really fast skater's a hazard, but they want to come to the slot to get the shot away. And Britt, if you're there waiting for them, it's actually pretty easy. You just have to be there first, and then they will come to you. So if you can make that happen, then that's a benefit for the Reds. And they've got enough time usually to anticipate it. There's not too many other players in the Furies team that have enough speed to really challenge their defence. And we know that the Reds' defence is very quick at getting back and back checking. So they've been pretty handy at that. Leach with the first goal and the second goal, both assisted by Bri Johnson. And it's just you can't let Simone have space in front of the net because she's just going to do that all night. It's her absolute bread and butter. She's done that to us so many times in beer league, I've lost count. But the way to defend on it, and I can tell you from personal experience, is you get in the face and lift your stick up off the ice. You just need to be big and strong to do it. Because she's big and strong. But the Furies not lacking on size. They've got some pretty strong D. They just need to get there and own that space and just be a little bit more assertive and just cut out that particular play. Because as I say, Simone will do that all night and will score goals all night unless you eliminate it as a threat by getting in her face and just not letting her have room. She's a great fair player and very good opponent to play against. That's her thing, and that's how you beat it. But you've got to be pretty brave because she is strong and she'll push you around. And that's what the Furies will need to do to shut that down. But they have such a multi-pronged attack too, the Reds, that taking Simone Leach out of the game won't be enough.
And the Reds are gaining possession here. We've got Cashin on the puck, running it up the boards and then through the middle. Looks for that pass, finds the connection, and just can't quite make it in for Frost there.
The puck swallowed up by Nima, who says, no, we'll have a break.
Sorry, that was West Linne who took that shot on the goal.
So a lot of these players are involved in similar teams and similar clubs in the B League here at iceHQ. So some of them coach some of the other ones. I think some of the Reds actually involved in coaching some of the players in the Furies. So they're all pretty good friends. No one's going to do anything untoward.
That was a good glove save there by Nima.
So they all know each other reasonably well. Watch for Jess Meggs to make a dash straight in on the net from this face-off. She finds herself a little bit of space. And there she is.
Yep.
She doesn't have to do anything about it because guess who? Simone Leach.
Smooth criminal.
Just fires it in. And we'll see this hopefully on the replay. We might get a better view of it. See, Meggs goes in to get the rebound, but it's not necessary because Leach's shot went in. At least I think it was Leach.
Yeah, that was Leach.
And so she's now got a hat-trick, 3 goals to Simone.
It's a natural hat-trick.
I don't think she'll get a Gordie Howe hat-trick.
No. Edmonds with the puck. Sorry, Walsh.
Both guys, 5 minutes for fighting.
For fighting. And the Furies gain back possession of the puck in the neutral zone, tipping it away. Edmonds with the puck, running it in. Threw a bit of traffic there, but just made it a little bit wide.
Leg there for the Furies, trying to create some movement as well.
Krulak running it up for the Reds. Goes for that pass, tries to find that connection. And Reds still have a little bit of, they've been keeping it in the zone. Krulak picking it up off the corner.
Yeah, you can see a bit more effective defence on Leach. Just getting in her face and making sure she doesn't get those opportunities. If you don't do that, she's just going to pick you off all day.
Leach at the boards, gaining back possession and tipping it to Krulak, who picks it off the boards as well. Gallagher. Good scoring opportunity, doesn't quite get it in.
Kept it low and hard, and that's the right thing to do from out on the point. Those low shots create rebounds and opportunities.
Gallagher for another shot, and just a little bit wide, but it's followed up by the Reds. And keeps it in. She's very good at keeping it over this side of the blue line. Gallagher following it up for another wide shot, and it's kicked off the pads of Nima. Back in the corner. Bit slow to get this puck off the boards.
See, Justine Krulak just kind of floating around. But guess who's got the puck and who is away, and that is Edwards. Deeks shoots, scores.
And goal.
How easy is that?
Off the breakaway.
How easy is that? You give Edmonds an inch and she will take a mile and tuck the puck in the net. So that puts the Furies on the board. And just a little bit of a pinch in by the defence. And Sobol was just caught a little bit flat-footed. And so too the rest of the Reds' defence. And Edmonds made them pay. So it's 3-1 now, Reds to the Furies. And just the one shot on the net, but it was a goal. And that's all it has to be. You don't have to get a lot of shots if the ones you get do go in the net.
Yes. And that's what they were like the last game as well. Not too many shots on net, but managed to secure the win.
Yeah, it was Edmonds who doesn't make many mistakes. Johnson
it
busts up the middle. She's got Shelley
shots.
Jensen all turned backwards, but Shelley manages to clear the puck with a backhand up the ice.
Kept in by the Reds. And tipped out by Jennings for the Furies.
Jensen goes back to get the puck. Can she rim it and clear it out of the zone? She does. Not out of the zone, only as far as Jackwitz, but that's not a bad choice. Jackwitz clears the zone this time.
Jackwitz following it up off the boards off her own rebound. And picked up by Johnson, running it down. Looking for a pass. in the neutral zone. And right to the tape of Van der Ville. And going for a shot here. It's a lot of traffic in front. But it's picked up by Gorgie, who's taking it through the neutral zone now.
Tries to find Fletcher on the pass, but not able to collect it. Nice poke check there by Quezada.
Johnson going for just a little pass there to Newell. Couldn't quite get it.
Nice pressure by McNabb, just cutting off the options there for Brian Johnson. Puts the puck deep into the corner and skates around the back of it, looking to get the puck out and clear the zone. Gets past everyone, but only as far as the Reds in the neutral zone. And it's Quezada again carrying the puck down into the corner, being watched closely by the Furies D.
And light shot on net by Nelson. Not enough power on that one to make it through. And back in the corner, we've got keeping it in. We've got Wright.
Sarah Chong manages to just steer the puck out, gets it past Van der Vliet.
Reds in possession. Wright taps it onto the stick, just loses it, but Nelson manages to pick it up and gain possession. Cashin running for the puck at the boards, followed closely by 3 Furies.
We've got 3 in at the moment, the Reds. Maintaining good attacking pressure.
And Nelson goes in for a shot, and just wide, tipped out by Nemo. Little shot from the side there. That was a tricky angle by Cashin.
I'm not sure if you noticed there too. The Furies made a change under a fair bit of defensive pressure. It's always a good idea to get fresh legs on the ice, but it's not going to be an easy thing for them to get changes under attacks because they're not getting that many attacks. But they want to try and use those attacks to get the changes whenever they can, rather than try and get changes under pressure. Walsh just manages to get a stick on the puck, breaking up the move, but Gallagher fans on it. Gets it back to Lucy Walsh, who puts the puck in the corner, but Gallagher will clean up the mess and just put it up the line to win it. And she's helped out there. Bron Cashin has time and space now. There's 2-on-1. Cashin will take the shot.
Oh,
and misses everything, unfortunately, for her. But it's tidied up by the Reds in the corner. Cashin with another chance, skates across the top of the slot. Looks for the shot through noise and traffic and fires, but again misses everything. Furies will be pretty keen to get the puck out, and they do.
Carried by Darcy, running down the puck. A little bit of stick handling off the back. And she follows it to the boards, but she's closely contested by Frost, who just steals it away and hits it behind the boards, behind the net. Stick off the stick of Jensen there, but the Reds managed to gain back possession. Cashin with another breakout and shot on goal.
This time it's well saved by Nemo. Cashin was a little bit isolated. She did have one option coming in on the other side for a passing lane, but elected to take the shot, which is usually the right thing to do. Nemo that time tidied up the mess and made it safe for the Furies.
Onto the stick of Johnson, following her down now into the offensive zone. Loses the puck a little bit, but manages to gain it back enough to give it to Leach. Leach with a light shot, and almost tapped in there by Krulak, but the Furies managed to tap it our way. Jennings on the board, and it's being brought up. Reds managed to keep it in. Johnson to the skate of Krulak. Krulak picking it up from the boards behind the net, looking for a pass, and goes for a shot. Oh, doesn't quite make it in.
She had a lot of time and space there, but couldn't capitalise on it. There was a lot of open net. Just not quite able to finish off. Brian Johnson now for the Reds, cleaning up the clearance. But guess who makes the check? And it is Sarah Edmonds.
But the Reds managed to tip it away from her
just
pretty early on.
With intensity and passion, Edmonds doing a fantastic job in this game. She scored the goal, and every time she's on the ice, something happens, and it's usually offensive, and it's usually pretty amazing, and it's always athletic.
She's definitely one to keep your eye on if you're a Red.
They haven't tried to match up on her, I think, which is an interesting choice. Jackwitz now with a chance to take a shot, but poke check by Nelson drives it off into the corner and nullifies that particular attack. Jacquet's not on her own.
And Chong contesting this puck from Howe. Chong manages to maintain it and steals it away.
Nice work there, Megs too, keeping the pressure on, not getting clean possession through the neutral zone. Chong trying to put the forecheck on to Bri Johnson, but Bri just turns and twists, and it frees up the breakout now for Quezada, who blasts down into the corner, being watched closely by Jackwitz. Ridden into the corner.
And just kept in by luck for Wright. Tips it in, but the Furies managed to get a little bit.
Almost clear the zone. They're all looking at it. No one wants it.
Here, you have it.
There we go. And they managed to clear the zone, but only as far as the awaiting Taylor Nelson.
And just into the game, making her way in is Newell. And a good little wrap from the goalie is Quezada, making her way through. Goes for a shot. That was a low shot. Couldn't quite make it in. Can't find the puck.
Puck bobbling around in front. It's Marie Newell trying to put the puck in the net, but just a little bit too much traffic. Couldn't quite finish it off. As, most of the Furies lost sight of where it was. Particularly, I think Nima didn't know where it was. It was right in front of her at one point, but she couldn't see it. We can see it from here, but it was out of her sight line.
Tried to keep in by Wright, but just loses it.
It won't be icing because I think it was touched there by Wright. And so there's no icing as the Furies get a well-deserved change. McNabb coming in to put the forecheck on.
And Cashin is running it down. Furies pretty late to get on it. Pass over to Degskins. And it's just floating around the back of the boards there. No one can quite get their stick right on it. Cashin tries to go for a shot and just loses sight of it. And she's following it to the corner of the boards. Trying to bring it in. She's going to be looking for that pass there. And she goes for a wraparound. And she scores.
So the horn is blown for the Reds again. That gives them a 5-0 lead at this point, about midway through the second. No, I tell a lie. 2 minutes to go in the second. The Furies with 1 goal, beautifully played by Edmonds, who got past everyone. But the Reds dominating the vast majority of the play with 32 shots on the net to just the 1 to the Furies. But that 1 shot for the Furies was a goal. So that's okay.
The ratio stands.
It doesn't do much good for Taylor Lester's statistics, unfortunately. She's on a hiding to nothing on that one. It was a very difficult shot to stop, but we know just how effective Edmonds can be. If you give her any room at all, she's going to go the whole length of the ice and score an awful lot of goals. So I feel a little bit sorry there for Taylor Lester, whose statistics won't look great after that one. 1 shot for 1 goal isn't good for your day if you're a goalie.
And the Reds are going for a couple of wide passes here.
And it's not the least because they also get cold. Goalie sits down there with nothing to do.
Yeah,
it's not that
stiffen up your muscles.
Not that they necessarily get bored, but occasionally you notice them, if it's a very one-sided game, do get bored. But in this case, what they can do is they can get cold. They might be standing down there for 10 minutes or so with not much to do, and then all of a sudden expected to respond explosively, and that's difficult to do when you're cold.
Red's going for a couple of short shots here. The Furies are managing to block them there.
Edmonds getting in the way. Nice forecheck on Gallagher. Gets a stick in front of it as well. Pass to Edmonds. Can Gallagher shut it down? She's trying her best to nullify the threat of Edmonds. Edmonds they find Leach. But Leach looking desperately for a pass. Finds West Lynette, who has a little bit of room. Gets around 1. Gets around 2. Tries to get the shot on the net. But there was Nima again doing a hell of a job. I don't know how she's still standing, but she's doing a hell of a job here. And, Edmonds with that very effective forecheck. It's 3 Furies now all looking to pass to her.
And Krulak manages to find the puck and breaking away through the neutral zone. Probably going for a shot here and just get trips. There's going to be a penalty here for the Furies.
Debbie Bowles, I think she knew what she was doing as soon as it happened. She knew straight away she was going to the box. You can actually see her stick her leg out. It's probably an instinctive thing. I don't think there was any malice intended in it whatsoever, but absolutely a definite penalty there, and it's right on the end of the period. So the Reds will be starting the third with the numerical advantage of the extra player, as Debbie Bowles will have to sit out the first 2 minutes or less of the third period. But at the end of the second, we have seen some amazing play by Edmonds, but she's managed to turn that into 1 goal. And Jackwitz too doing a pretty good job. And I've also been fairly impressed. Kelly Gorge doing a nice job for the Furies as well. And Sarah McNabb has been quite an effective presence. So the Reds can't take them entirely for granted and just think this is going to be a walkover. The scoreboard's not doing the Furies any favour, but the Reds haven't had it all their own way. And they have had to work. But the Furies have started to work out how to shut down Leach. And that is pretty much as we described. You just can't give her room in front of the slot. You need a physical presence. Because she will push you around and then find some space. So if you just tie her up, then that doesn't happen. But you have to be able to do that. You have to have the confidence to do it.
Yeah, the Reds are just...
I know I've played against Simone a lot over the years, and it's always a good contest, and I really enjoy it. She's a great competitor. But that's how you stop her. You just get in her face and pick a stick up off the ice. And it's like, well, what are you going to do with your stick up here? You're not scoring goals. And that's absolutely the case, because she won't move around terribly much. She just likes to plant herself in that position and wait. And it's much like Alex Ovechkin will pop himself in that spot on the slot and just on the face-off dot and just wait for the puck. That's pretty much what Simone does as well. And when she gets a chance, bang, she's going to bury it most of the time. She does have a very, very effective shot on her, so you can't let her do that. But the Furies did mostly shut that down in the second. It was a better period for them after the first that was a little bit messy. Cashin with that fourth goal for the Reds. So Simone with Leach with 3 and Cashin with 1 and Sarah Edmonds with the 1. And that's Edmonds' 8th goal through the tournament so far. The third period getting underway now.
Cashin with the puck off the face-off. Right to Krulak. Krulak looking for a pass.
Gallagher
right
unmarked on the point.
Gallagher to Nelson.
You can see how the Reds have set up with a 2D up high.
Nelson, Krulak.
And not sure if that one went in or not. No, that's been saved by the goaltender. Sorry, a little bit unclear as to what had happened. But the Reds setting up with 3 forwards right in close in the slot and the 2D sitting up high, just waiting for the right opportunity to try and put the puck in through traffic.
And Krulak wins the face-off for the Reds. Right to Gallagher, goes for a shot and it's blocked by Lashina.
So Gallagher doing a good job. She read that there was traffic in front of her, and that's a good time for a defensive player to take that shot because the goalie's screened a little bit. And if they can't see the puck coming, then you've got a pretty good chance of it going in.
Running up the boards for the Reds, we've got Kozaida looking for a good opportunity here. And Nelson passes it to Cashin. Cashin.
She's not quite able to get a handle on that puck there, Cashin, but she gets a shot in eventually.
Cashin and Kozaida fighting over the puck for the Reds. And it's managed to be stolen by the Furies. We've got Jackwitz running up the ice, up the neutral zone. Crashes a little bit into Reds there.
30 seconds to go on the Bowles penalty.
And Krulak back on it. Oh, and just leaves it just behind for Cashin.
Went the fancy drop pass, but just a little bit too fancy there.
Yeah, I don't think Cashin was expecting that one.
I don't think anyone was expecting.
Cashin picking up the puck from the high slot position and dragging it out. Looking for a shot. A little bit wide there.
Sprays it wide of the net. 3 seconds to go on the Bowles penalty, which will bring the Furies back to full strength. Straight back into the game. Gallagher goes high into the left-hand side of the net, but just misses. Still under relentless defensive pressure at the moment. The Furies not able to clear the puck out of the zone. They've been stuck here defending for a long time.
Krulak right to the foot of Kozaida, and they couldn't quite capitalise on that positioning there.
Cashin finds a little bit of room. Again fires, but wide. On the net, Bron. On the net. Doesn't work if you miss.
The passion's there.
There is a lot of passion.
And right to the tape of Kozaida. It was a great pass from Nelson.
Debbie Bowles doing her best to try and match up on Cashin and prevent her from getting opportunities. So too Chong.
Gallagher covered.
And the puck hits the net. That should be a stoppage, but maybe the ref didn't see it. We saw it from here. But Armstrong Frey maybe missed the fact that the puck hit the net. It should be a stoppage, but No such luck for the Furies, who would desperately love a change now. They haven't been able to get a good line change for quite a long time. The Reds, on the other hand, have pretty much changed everything. They've got fresh legs, but the Furies will be absolutely exhausted. They've had to kill a penalty, and then they've been stuck in a defensive press, and finally they clear the puck out of the zone, and you can see them all racing over to get a change. Golly, I need a break.
Yeah, that's pretty desperate, that change there.
McNabb gets the puck now for the Furies. She's on her own. She's got 4 Reds in front of her. Does manage to get a shot on the net, so it's good play by McNabb, but very isolated, as you can imagine. The Furies were absolutely desperate to get that change. They've been out for a very long time under a lot of defensive pressure.
Oh, good contest for the puck there by Gorgie. Pretty eager. Leach comes in. Rank for the Furies tries to clear it out, and it's picked up by West Linnae. Reds are carrying it into the zone, and just a little bit too much.
Followed there by Leach, who's trying to get herself into that spot to shoot again, but now she's just got a little bit of time. Gets the tip. Meg's almost able to capitalise on that. Leach just sitting now. See how she's just created a little bit of space, and she's unmarked. The Reds can get the puck to her. It's going in the net. But they don't quite manage to. They need to clear the puck out of the zone. Just losing sight of it briefly, but they do manage to clear the puck out of the zone.
And
Reds now having to counter-attack.
Johnson's following it up for the Reds. Passes it right to the tape of Leach. Leach goes in. Right back to Johnson. Good scoring opportunity there. Just misses the goal.
Yeah, Nima got a handle on it, just deflected it and then lost sight of it briefly. I think she almost looked like she put her head down and given up on it, but the puck was still in play. And
I think she was a bit surprised.
She was a little bit surprised, but all the same she did, and ended up making a good save. Newell unmarked high in the slot. Goes in and puts some pressure on Darcy.
And Reds are still in possession. Kuzaida up to Johnson. Johnson running it deep. Goes for a shot.
And it is made safe in the end by Nima with a good save. Yeah. Johnson went the 5-hole, but Nima shut it quickly and managed to shut down that attack. Nice defensive work there by Nima. So not too much left in this game. We've only got 9.5 minutes. Reds with 4, the Furies 1. Gallagher tapping up a stick on the arc. She wants another shot on the net. And Bowles passes it to her in the end. Being pressured by Sarah Darcy. Bowles goes down and has a little bit of time, but she's being forechecked by Keir van der Kleet.
Kuzaida contesting for the puck up the back of the net. Kuzaida manages to break out.
Loose players, 2 loose players for the Reds in the slot area.
She's looking for
Bowles
a pass
is trying to do something about it. See Marie Newell unmarked on the back door.
Gallagher.
Threat recognised by Bleachley. There's a bit of a dribbler into the net by Gallagher, and it is swept up by Nima, who just taps the puck up into her glove and makes it safe again, giving the Furies the opportunity for another change that they need. They're getting stuck. So much defensive pressure on them. I don't think they've seen the other end of the net, other end of the rink for quite a while, and you've got Taylor Lester down the other end doing a bit of calisthenics, trying to stay warm. She wants to be a little bit careful. They can't get complacent, because look who's on the ice at the moment. It is Sarah Edmonds. We know what happens if she gets the puck. She will go coast to coast very quickly, and no one will quite know exactly what happened. And she does get the puck now, and she's got a little bit of room. There's 3 Reds, including 2 in front of her. She manages to keep the puck in the zone. Well pressured by Cashin, and in the end, the puck stolen. But Fletcher for the Furies is in the way. But that attack there by Edmonds just nullified by a wall of red. Wasn't much you could do about it there. We've seen her get through that a couple of times, but this time there was just too many defenders in the way for it to work. And now the Furies in a familiar position.
Deskins with the puck at the back of the net.
Yep.
Contested well there by the Furies, though.
They break it out.
Gorgie.
Pass up to Edmonds, who pauses on the line, clears, just sucking in a little bit of Red's defence. Doing it twice now, Edmonds. She passes across to Fletcher, but Fletcher can't hold it. And Meg's coming in to put pressure on for the Reds. They dump it in. Looking for the passing lane was Marie Newell, I think. No, not Newell. Wearing Newell's jersey. 17, 47, 77. Something with a 7. Wasn't Bronwyn. on 17.
Reds with possession, hitting it up the boards into the neutral zone.
77, Nicole Wright. Get there eventually.
Leach with the puck. Goes for a shot just a little bit wide.
Yeah,
and
that wasn't a Leach shot, that was a Leach pass.
Yeah.
If she was going to shoot it, there'd be a lot more on it.
Meg's good contest for the puck here against two Furies. Against the boards with, that's Chong. Chong and Meg's unable to decipher who can get this one, but it's stolen back by the Reds.
Edmonds just sitting unmarked, looking for that opportunity if she can get it. And you can see she's gone for a change. Unselfish play there by Edmonds. I think she realises that she's kind of a class above in this game. And unselfishly making sure that everyone in the Furies does get plenty of ice time, which is really what this is all about. The Furies aren't going to win this one. I don't think there's much chance of that happening, but certainly it's a great opportunity for their players to get more experience playing against a very high-class opposition in the Melbourne Reds, as long as the score doesn't blow out too much. But it is 42 shots to 2, which is quite commanding.
Furies with possession of the puck behind the net. We've got, who have we got there? Is that
Bowles just ridden off the puck there by Krulak.
Yep.
Who continues to skate around with the puck looking for opportunity. She's got Leach behind her. Leach skates in now. Will she shoot hard or just chip it in? And in the end, just a bit of a lazy shot there. You could see Leach just saw her open net and no pressure on her. There's way too much real estate. And just kind of chipped it over the glove hand of Nima, who by this stage I doubt that she can move. She'd be that tired.
Yeah, you can see the exhaustion.
Fetch her a wheelchair, I think, and some oxygen. There is a defibrillator here as well. She may need that too. If you have never played in net, it's one of those things that a lot of us will say who are on ice players. I see gee golly looks pretty hard, and it is, but you don't realise quite how hard it is unless you actually do it. And you say, you know what, I thought it was hard, but you know what, it's hard. It's much harder than it looks. You think they're just standing around for most of the time, but they're not. In the case, however, Taylor Lester, I think she's probably a little bit cold. She's only seen the puck twice.
Johnson following it up, goes for a shot and just blocked a little bit wide and by the blocker of Nima. Taken out by the Furies. McNabb runs it up. Sorry, Jennings runs it up.
Sobol is back there to clean up the mess for the Reds with plenty of legs. 4 minutes, we're into the CCM final 4 of this game, which is game 12 of the evening. There'll be 3 more games after this. We'll have the Quokkas and the Galahs next, and that'll be an interesting one. The Galahs still yet to get a win, and we saw they're getting pretty feisty. They've done a lot of time in the penalty box, the Galahs. See if they can, with different referees now, see if that will change.
Johnson back again for another shot. And that was a good shot attempt before with Nima punching it out.
Certainly was. But if you're looking at it, she's stuck on the ice now. I don't know that she can move. There's one more game for you, I'm afraid, Sarah. You're going to have to try and survive.
Yeah, she's shutting down like Pac-Man now.
Someone give her a transplant of just about everything, I think. It's been a mammoth effort for her. This is her 4th game, and she's got 1 more to play. And it's an absolutely champion effort for her. There's been so many shots. She's faced 46 so far in this game, and there's still 3 minutes to play. But the next game will be interesting, I suspect. It's going to be the Quokkas and the Galahs, and Galahs will be desperate to win it. They're short a few players too. Some of the players have decided not to play today.
Reds in possession in their zone. And the Furies tip it out from the high slot position. Trying to get it out.
Edmonds looking for that opportunity, and she steals the puck from Frost. Drives it down deep into the corner. But Cashin comes out with it, but nice poke check by Bowles. Beats Cashin there, but Cashin regains. Comes through into that prime scoring position, but ridden wide by Darcy. And a save by Nima. We've said that a lot this evening. A save by Nima, a save by Nima, a save by Nima. It's kind of just got it on repeat. She has had to do that so many times. What an absolutely incredible effort by Nima throughout this tournament. She's got another game to play and another one tomorrow. The Furies will be almost definitely playing the consolation final tomorrow. So they get 2 more games. Oh, great. And it just goes over the shoulder there of Nima, and I think she thought she had that one. but just a very unfortunate bounce off her shoulder. We'll see this on the replay. It's a high shot up on her shoulder from Leach again, and it just kind of bobbles over the top, and that's Leach's fourth. So she has had a fourth or fifth, might be her fifth goal in this game. Yep, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Simone's fifth goal. So she had a bit of a slow start to this tournament, but this game has seen her absolutely break out, and it's done an awful lot of damage for the Reds this time.
And those were 5 very casual goals for Leach.
She did make it look pretty easy, which is not to say that it was by any stretch of the imagination, but it was made to look easy.
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time, absolutely.
Leach has control of the puck in the offensive zone, goes for a shot, but it's blocked by leg. And
the floodgates are opening. That's another one. That's now 6 goals to the Reds with just a minute to go.
That might have been Krulak that scored that one.
We'll see in a second. Leach was certainly part of it. But I'm not sure who finished that one off, but we'll find out in just a second. This will be the end of the game. There'll be one more face-off, and Armstrong Frey comes up to drop the puck, and the Furies will be probably glad to see the end of this one. It's been a hell of an experience for them in defence. They'll be enormously tired. But, Jackwitz with one more gasp attack with just the 25 seconds to play in the game. It's 7-1 lead. Can the Furies keep the Reds to 7? It's been a pretty good percentage booster for the Reds, and that's what they needed. If they wanted to get higher up the ladder, they're tied on points at the moment with the Adelaide team. And with 5 seconds to go, the Furies just clear the puck out of the zone. But that's going to wind this one up, and that finishes the game. The Reds winning over the Furies 7-1, 49 shots to 2 for the Furies. One of them by none other than Sarah Edmonds, who was spectacular as always. But speaking of spectacular, Simone Leach first goal, Simone Leach second goal, Simone Leach third goal. And then Edmonds with one, and then Bronwyn Cashin with one, and then Krulak with one, and then Simone Leach and Simone Leach. So I think Simone Leach ended up with 5 for the game, which is an absolutely commanding performance. And I've got to say, as you said, Brittany, she did make them look easy. They're not. It's a case of being in the right place at the right time. And she did that consistently and very well for a dominant performance there by Simone Leach. And you would struggle to do anything apart from give her the first half in this game simply by virtue of scoring so many goals. Yeah. And that's what the Reds have needed. They've needed a goal scorer. They have been lacking a little bit of offensive firepower, and Leach in that one made it look pretty easy, which is to say that she scored 5 goals. And incredible performance there by Simone.
Certainly a smooth criminal there.
She is a very smooth criminal at stealing those goals. The next game will be the first of the last round of this particular night. It'll be game 13, and that will be at about 7 o'clock, and that will be between the West Australian Ice Quackers and the Melbourne Flaming Galahs. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a firecracker. Different referee for this game will make a difference. Can the Galahs stay out of the penalty box, and how will they go against the Quackers? The Quackers will be pretty keen to get a win after their previous game where they went down against the Central Coast Stingrays in a manner that they wouldn't have preferred. And it will be game 5 for both of these teams this evening, so an awful lot of fatigue. But we'll be back with you at 7 o'clock.